Not a great place to be.
Yes, sir. Lots of downtown.
So this is Betsy.
Hi, Betsy.
Hi. I didn't know this was happening. So this is my work on these two walls. This is my second year here. Azul was very helpful for me. I just started grad school in August, this past August, so right before I started I came here. It was very helpful getting going. I got a lot of work done, so I was excited to come back and see what I could do after a year of grad school.
Where are you in school?
In Texas. I live near Dallas. I'm in Texas Women's University.
How did you find out about Azul? How did you wind up here?
I use resartist.org, the website that lists a bunch of residencies. So I had applied to a bunch, and Azul stuck out because I had lived in North Carolina for a few years, and a lot of my work is about like 15 or 20 years ago when I lived here. I like remember this so much. It's so different from Texas. So I thought it would be great for me to come here again and see what it would be like to come back after a long time and paint about it. So I applied to Azul through that the website.
Now, resartist is an international publication for residency. And then we also got other islands residency. So there's two big places that we advertise.
So tell us a little bit more about your work.
Well, these are definitely about what I remember from living here. I used to live near Asheville, and then coming back. A lot of the organic forms are things that I observe in nature when I go on hikes. I see like the leaf kind of looks like this, or the mountain kind of makes me want to make this line. But when I'm back home, I live near Dallas, so a lot of my work is really geometric. I make these really structural. I don't have a lot of them up, but totally geometric, linear.
Sort of like football
Compositions.
stadiums.
Yeah, really, really structured. So it's nice when I come here that I feel like I have an alphabet of shapes or patterns that I use, and they all reference certain plants or certain places, certain like trails or mountains that I see that I definitely don't see back at home. So I take a lot of pictures, then I come back here, and I don't paint representationally, so just whatever comes out, whatever composition I feel like doing is inspired by the landscape around here.
Betsy walk every morning, right?
Yes, I try
That's
to.
the first thing that she does is to go and walk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like to walk to that swimming hole. I see a lot of stuff. I get something new out of it every day.
And we are so lucky to have that swimming hole.
Oh, yes. It's glorious.
I didn't know there was
Shane was
one.
talking about it, the people that were there were talking about how nice it is, because it's been very hot, so they really go there.
Muggy.
Yeah.
Is it a pond?
No, it's a spring creek.
The what?
Spring creek.
Oh,
So it's very close. You can walk from here, and it's we call that the swimming hole because the
across the paper and then go down the
cliff go like
ground.
this, stone, and then the river is here, and then there is a big boulder, and it's about 8 foot deep at this
Wow.
place, so the kids can jump,
Uh-huh.
and so they love that.
Nice. Yeah.
And there is a little waterfall, not many people know. And you see just the waterfall, you can go under because it's got a hole under, so you can really go under and then the water goes.
Uh-huh.
Kind of nice.
Wow.
It's a beautiful spot over there. Yeah, very pretty.
Yeah, Morgan was going too, right?
We went there before we came here.
Okay. Today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They came in wet, yeah.
Any question?
Betsy, can you point at things in your paintings and talk to us a little bit about what they are? Like what particular shapes are inspired by what particular ideas or things?
Yeah.
Because I'd like to
think
see
so.
like a more direct correlation.
Okay. Yeah, I paint really non-objectively, so it's like in my mind, like this thing represents a mountain, whereas like to other people it might not come across at all. But I have these kind of blobby shapes in every piece, and that's the large hills or mountains. That's the landscape that I see. Those are the predominant forms in my pieces, and then these strings are like man-made. I see power lines, even though I'm trying to look at a landscape and see just the landscape. I see the power lines, I see the roads, I see evidence of like people inhabiting this space, and the space is growing. And then, you know, like I was inspired by this kind of cactus log thing here. I like the squiggly, sort of veiny trees that are all around. I like the wood grain. I'm doing a couple pieces on wood because I think that's just appropriate for being
The
here.
cactus place come from Erie, Michigan. We had a little metal boat, and we will go there and gather, dead woods and stuff like this. And I was always telling Dave, oh, one more piece and one more piece, and then Dave would say, yeah, we're going to just go under. But I will always come back with a lot of those, so that's one of them.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like the
they're
patterns
very
of the
strict
trees.
too, yeah.
And the leaves too. I think a lot of the stuff that I contain in these circles are like things that I notice, patterns of leaves. And then the circular form is just something that I have always done in my art, like containing things in circular forms, like a little petri dish of like, here's a certain type of plant, here's a certain type of, I don't know, rock or tree, whatever it is. So everything here I kind of got from different plants and stuff that I was looking at.
What kind of guidance do you think you're getting from your teachers, or where are they kind of directing you, and is that being helpful? Or?
It is helpful, yeah. It's so much different. I also went to undergrad in the same town that I'm going to grad school in, just at a different school, and I've noticed that the program is so different. And the direction that I'm getting is like, yes, keep going to residencies, because location is so important in my work. So they're like, if location is important, then go to all these different places and be influenced by the places that you're going. So that's why I go on all these hikes, and that's why I try to soak up really like what this place is about, because the location is very important in my process.
Is this a typical size, or have you gone larger before, like considerably larger, or is this kind of where you stay?
I do like to work larger. I mostly like to work on wood panels, but that's very hard to travel with and really expensive. So when I go to residencies, I work on paper,
Yeah.
Which I also like. But usually I use a couple feet of a birch panel. That's what I work on.
You carve into it too?
Sometimes. I have done paper cutouts. I've like carved into wood a little bit, but most of the time it's 2D.
And she come on a plane,
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
to Charlotte, so she could not carry too much stuff.
That's a long walk.
I walked all the way here.
Nice.
Amazed. I was nice. Shane pick her up because they come the same day. They come because last year they came and they like each other and they
Yeah.
enjoyed it, and they decided to come back. And there was a third guy, Jeremy, that was a musician. So we had like a writer, a musician, and a visual art, but the musician could not make it.
That was another thing that was really influential, and we purposely wanted to come back together because I think the three of us, and like Shane and I especially, I think are like interacting writer, visual artist, composer. We all kind of influenced each other because that's not something that I get back home. I'm with painters all the time. I don't know, Shane, if you're with writers all the time. but it
I am with
helps.
writers, but they're freshman college students and they're awful.
I see.
Well, it's helpful to interact, like to be in the same place as an artist from another discipline for a whole week. It's nice. So Shane has his books here.
Yes.
He brought his books down. If anyone-
But this is the Betsy show. I'm even filming it. I mean, I guess I could talk about it.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry.
So I guess I'll stand up and
Yes.
stop sitting. Can I stand in front of your art because I think
Do
it's a
it.
lovely
Yeah,
backdrop.
That's the spot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, let's get another round of